What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Nicolette Reads. I'm Nicolette, I read. Today we are going to be unboxing a FAIRYLOOT subscription box. For those of you who don't know, FAIRYLOOT is a monthly subscription box. This is the young adult box. They also have an adult box. In the young adult box, you get an exclusive edition of a new fantasy, every once in a while sci-fi, but mainly normally fantasy release. And in addition to the special edition that they sent out, they will also include a few items that are bookish related, and they will tell you what books they were inspired by. The adult book box only subscription is exactly what it sounds like. It is an adult fantasy novel, also a special edition fantasy new release, but in the adult genre as opposed to young adult. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this today. I believe this is the May box. Here is a preview of what it looks like inside. It's very pretty, and then I guess this month they went with packing peanuts. Very crunchy. They're usually typically pretty well packaged. Titties, I just remembered my air conditioning is on. This month's box is actually fandom neutral, which means that the items included aren't going to be inspired by any one novel or series in particular. They're going to be more general bookish items, and the theme is feuding gods. So as you can see, I believe it's going to be more of a mythology generally themed box. So the first item we have in here under a few more packing peanuts is, ooh, whoa, oh. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a tote bag, and it's like canvas material. It's very nice. Definitely can take that to your bookstore. I personally love Greek mythology themed novels and anything like that. I'll take Greek mythology themed anything. Really, Hercules, the Disney movie, is one of my all-time favorite movies.
And future indoor plumbing. It's gonna be big.
So on here we have titles such as The Odyssey, Circe by Madeline Miller, The Song of Achilles, also by Madeline Miller, Electra, Euripides, Lore Olympus, Prometheus Bound, The Iliad, Percy Jackson, Lore, who was also an author featured in one of these boxes last month. I'm proud of myself because I've read the majority of the books on this thing, so for me, this is just such a beautiful item and I'm really excited about it. I also have a few of these different kind of busts around on my bookshelves and in my life. One of them I use as a bookmark holder actually, and so I think this is really cute. I really like this item a lot. I knew I was gonna like this box, but also that means that it had the potential to really let me down. But so far, first item, I love it. Next up, it looks like we have another canvas-y item. Oh, you punch it out. So we have this, I mean, it's basically like a storage tote that you can put on your bookshelf and hold stuff in it. It would actually make a pretty good, what are the words? If you have a small dog, maybe you could put your small dog's toys in here. It would actually make a pretty good bookmark holder as well. It says ad astra per aspera, and I used to know what that meant, but I don't anymore. Let's look it up. Maybe something about your aspirations? So I guess the translation for ad astra per aspera is through hardship to the stars, or through adversity to the stars, and is also apparently the slogan of Kansas. Generally. So you go Kansas, representation for you. I wish it was more canvassy, but with some foundation skeleton to keep it upright. But I mean, the material itself does help it keep its shape, and I'm certainly going to be putting it on my bookshelf. So not really a complaint. Plus when it folds down, I mean, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I like it. Whoa, whoa. I don't really think I've seen anything like this before. So here we have for the ASMR girlies, wooden postcard that says it's from Olympus. So on the front here, I believe we have pictured Mount Olympus, the home of the Greek gods. On the back here, we have a goddess. It says from Olympus. The postcard up top is the FAIRYLOOT logo. And I would venture a guess that that's Athena, goddess of war, but it doesn't have her helm nor her owl, so anyone's guess. Maybe it'll tell us. But anyway, the art is really cool. I love that it's wooden. This box is really gonna hit it for me. This is gonna be a great box for me. The art is so beautiful on this. The quality print is really nice, and then I love that it's on the wood. I'm never gonna send this in the mail. I don't even know if that's legal, but it's really, really cool. I like that. Next up, oh, we have what I assume is a journal. On the front, we have a lotus on what appears to be a bottle of some variety. I believe these are Chinese lanterns over here on the side, or maybe just generally Asian lanterns. I don't know that much about lanterns, to be completely honest with you. Inside is blank, and then it goes into lined pages. It has a ribbon bookmark and gilded gold edges. I think that's beautiful. I also like that we are deviating away from just singularly Greek mythology and bringing in other cultures and parts of the world as well. So I'm interested to read the spoiler card at the end and figure out what we're going for here. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to let FAIRYLOOT culture me a little bit and learn more about what is being represented here. But I think it's beautiful. I like to make lists. I'm a list girl. I think that's a really good use. I can never convince myself to use a journal the way that God intended.
I have the power of God and anime on my side!
The way that I think they were generally intended, but I think this could be a really good reading planner or your TBR. You could take notes about mythology inside of it so that when you're reading other mythology books, you can have a reference that you yourself made. It's an empty journal. It's an empty line journal. Live your dreams. Okay, up next, we have a pin designed by No One Designs. A Valkyrie helmet pin. Okay. So the Valkyrie are from Norse mythology, actually. Yeah, they're from Norse mythology. So this pin is representing the Valkyrie, who are women warriors that fly, I believe. And it's a really gorgeous pin, but of course anything done by No One Designs is going to be excellent. So I love that. I wish it was going to be like some sort of mythology series, but I guess since it's just the mythology box, I accept. Okay, and then up next, I think is just our book that's left. So let's take it out. Oh, the tarot cards. We'll do the tarot cards first. So we have the 7 of stars and the 8 of stars. And I haven't read it yet, but I would venture a guess that this probably has to do with Divine Rivals, the new Rebecca Ross release, because it's about feuding gods. And I believe it's set in this sort of old-timey newspaper setting. So I would venture a guess that that's what these are inspired by. We'll double check after we open the book. And then here's the book. Okay, so on top we have these black edges. Ooh. Okay, so we also have included a bookmark for May 2023 Feuding Gods, which is, you know, this guy, but in bookmark form. We have an art print that is also the letter from the author. The book, okay. Oh no. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so the book is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which I think makes sense with the tarot cards also reflecting this book and the characters in it. The only problem I have with Divine Rivals, since I haven't read it yet, is that I think the original cover is so basic. It just didn't pull me in at all, whereas this here I think is beautiful. We have the gold foiling and the black and the black, and then this gorgeous envelope motif going on here. I'm devastated because my copy, the back is ripped. But I do think that from what I've heard, this has never happened to me before with FairyLoot, but from what I've heard, their customer service is really good about doing replacements and people don't typically have issues with that. It's just one of the perils that comes with shipping. But so I'll reach out to them and I'll let you know how my experience goes. But other than that, this is a gorgeous redesign of the cover. Owlcrate also did Divine Rivals this month, or this past month, so I will do a little comparison for you after we delve into this a little bit more. If we take off the dust jacket, we have nothing on the reverse side here, but that's fine. The naked book looks like this. Gorgeous. There's nothing written on it other than obviously the spine. But then we just have this white foiled cover, very pretty. And the naked book, honestly, with that going on the sides is gorgeous. On the inside, the end pages feature some more character art, but it's also foiled. And then we have, yes, the same art, but in reverse for the back end pages. Unfortunately, my copy, the damage is on the hardcover as well, so I will need to get the full book replaced. But other than the damage on the back, I think this is a beautiful copy. I talked about this book also in my book haul video that came out just prior to this one, so if you want to hear me talk about it a little bit more, I do in that one, and I do a full showcase of the Owlcrate edition of this book. Here is the Owlcrate edition, and here is the FAIRYLOOT edition. As you can see, FAIRYLOOT went with more of a black and white and gold vibe, whereas Owlcrate did this lilac-y typewriter situation. They both have stenciled edges, perhaps digitally sprayed, regardless, and then the tops and the bottoms. Owlcrate has just this general motif, and the more that I look at this copy, the more I like it, but I still don't like it anywhere as much as I like this copy. I think the color palette and the redesign on this one works really well for me, as opposed to the original cover, which I will put here. So for these two, and then that one, I think this is the winner by far. The Owlcrate edition does have reversed dust jacket art. Whereas the FAIRYLOOT edition does not, and then the Owlcrate edition has some foiling, which says, "Even in the silence, I hope you will find the words you need to share," which is cute. And then here's the back with some silver foiling, which says "The Third Alouette, made especially for DEW." On the inside, they just have some pattern end papers, but they also have the author letter inside as well as the signature, which is clearly actually hand signed, pen signed. You can see because it bleeds through on the back because she used a marker when she was signing it. The FAIRYLOOT edition is just digitally signed instead of the hand signature. I actually do care a little bit if the books are digitally versus to hand signed, because hand signed means that it was physically in their hands at some point in order to be signed. And digitally is just like any other printing of anything, really. So what's the point of having it signed if it's just going to be digital, in my opinion? And just for science sake, we will compare page lengths just to see if it's the same, at the risk of spoiling myself, but not you. The FAIRYLOOT edition has 367 pages, and the Owlcrate edition has 362 pages. And it also includes a black ribbon bookmark. in the Owlcrate edition. So I wish I could take the Owlcrate copy with the ribbon bookmark and the heft and the reversible dust jacket and just replace it with the design of this book with the cover and the edges, because I think this is gorgeous and I like how this one's heavy for some reason, even though I'll probably regret saying that when I actually read it, depending on which copy I end up reading. And I loved all of the items that we received because I'm just a big mythology geek, and so I'm gonna be into that, you know? So looking at the spoiler card, we have the canvas basket designed by Blanca Design, and it says, use this gorgeous Ad Astra per Aspera canvas basket to store your TBR books or other bookish goodies. So yeah, do what you want with it. We have the Ancient Greek tote bag designed by Chatty Nora. Love it, book tote. We have the notebook, also designed by Blanca Design. The notebook design is inspired by the legend of the elixir of life. The gods love luxurious things, so we had to opt for gilded edges. Sorry if the background changed a little bit. I needed to switch memory cards. I love that the notebook is inspired by the legend of the elixir of life. We all know what it is. It's a potion that gives you immortality. Because there's no specific legend, I believe, associated with the elixir of life, I love that they chose to give it a theme other than what we typically would see with the elixir of life, which I think would be stereotypically more Arthurian or pirate based. So I'm loving the design choices on this one. The helm pin was designed by No One Designs, like we talked about. Really like their style and almost everything that they do. And then the wooden postcard was designed by Vitkovskaya Art. For the tarot cards, I was right. These are featuring our main characters from Divine Rivals, which is the book that is featured this month. And then our theme for next month is going to be From the Depths. So it looks like it's going to be something having to do with mermaids. It does say that one of the items is going to be inspired by the adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, which I do own. So I think sometime before the next box comes, I will have to read that so that I can be properly excited about the item when it does arrive. So that is all for this month's Fairy Loot box. Let me know what you guys think. Which item in here was your favorite? Are you fans of mythology? And also, which edition do you prefer? The FAIRYLOOT Divine Rivals redesign or the edition that Owlcrate put out for their redesign? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye. And outside blew his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause we ain't got nobody to listen.